Hello there. I've noticed people online do these tier lists, right, where they rank things according to their opinion. But I've never seen a tier list for ranking tiers themselves, like a definitive tier list. So that's what I'm going to do today. Got it all set up here. Let's go. So as you can see, I've got all my little tiers down here, and we're going to rank them simple S through F. S, A, B, C, D, F. Okay. So let's just start with A. Right. Where would we rank A as a tier? Because A, it's not the best, but it's still pretty. Like you'd want to be an A, but it's not what you ideally reach for. So I'm gonna put that in B. I'm gonna put A and B right there. B. I would say B is like what it's B is whatever. Honestly, nobody really cares about B tier when we're talking about these sorts of rankings. And even in class, when you get a B, it's like I wanted an A. Might as well just give me a C. Might as well just give me a D. Right. So B is D tier. Where we have C. C is middle of the road, right? C goes in C. That makes sense. C is the C tier. D. Now D is a strange tier. Nobody cares about D tier. Everybody, in fact, cares less about D tier than F tier, because D tier, not only does it fail at being a good tier, it fails at being the worst tier. It's not even good at that. It's not even good at being the worst. So for that, I'm gonna have to give it F tier, which would make it best at being the worst this time, but we're gonna ignore that. F tier. Now F tier is interesting because F is the worst usually, but it's the best at being the worst. So I'm gonna have to put F and A tier, just out of pure. I'm gonna put F and A tier just out of pure respect for the how bad it is. And S tier. S tier is like, it's like, yeah, you made it S tier, but there's also SS and SSS tier that you're not even scratching the surface of. So I'm just gonna have to give S is a B. S is a raw B. SS tier. Now we all know that that's one higher than S tier, but it's not triple S tier. So that's gonna go in C, because honestly, who cares about SS when there's SSS? And then we have triple S. Triple S, cream of the crop. That's obviously our first S tier because it's the highest you can go in most cases. I'm liking how this. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. Here we go. The Shadow Realm. Shadow Realm is basically if something's so bad that it can't even be qualified as an F tier, it goes deep, banished to the Shadow Realm. Now I don't know about you guys, but I love a good Shadow Realm banishment, so I'm gonna put that up in S tier. That's easy for me. Legendary tier. Being legendary is pretty awesome, but it's like kind of it's old hat. It's cliche to be like, oh, that's legendary. So I'm putting that in a B. Legendary is B tier. This little guy, this is God. Stands for God tier. Being God tier usually means you're the best of the best at something. You're a literal god. You're supposed to be good, but the structure, this like whole traditional like Christian values thing of, oh, it's a God, we worship a God now. Like we're past that. Okay, that's too traditional for my taste. So I'm just gonna have to put it down to A, just for the fact that it's a religious connotation. This is a piece of poop. Stands for shit tier. I don't know about you guys, but I love putting things in shit tier. It's fun to call things shit tier. So just for that, even though it is shit, I'm gonna give it a B. This is okay tier. Just okay, it's kind of depressing me with just how average it is, so that's a D tier. This is a 3-tiered cake. I've never eaten a 3-tier cake, but I've always wanted to. They just look like they taste 3 times better than a normal tiered cake, which would be a cake, I guess. Just for that, I'm giving it an A. These are the 3 tiers of the government. Everybody, I think, hates the government. We don't like it. And no, this is F. 3 tiers of government, that's F tier. Anarchy reigns. This is 3-tier computer architecture, which sounds cool, but I think when you break it down, it's probably pretty nerdy and lame. So I'm going to put that as a C tier, just because I don't know how to feel about it. This is a 3-tiered stand. I just picked it for like any sort of like shelf, 3-tiered shelf, or something that holds stuff. I like seeing these with bananas in them at a local like convenience store. That makes me happy, so I'm gonna put that in B tier. Yeah. This is Incan terrace farming. It's like a tiered garden. We all learned about that in history, right? And this is pretty based, so that's gonna be an S tier, easy S tier. This is a tiered dress. It's like a dress with tiers, I guess. I don't think that's a good look. I don't like the ruffles. The color scheme is just god awful. What is it, Christmas? Get the hell out of here. This is a D tier. This is a tiered umbrella, which I didn't know was a thing until I did some research for this. I'm really digging it. I'm liking this little hat that the umbrella has on top. I think style alone puts this guy at an A tier. This is a tear, like a literal tear, like a teardrop. Honestly, I don't like that. I don't like how sad this makes me feel. So it's gonna be. But honestly, I do like how it hydrates your face a little bit. So I'm gonna put that in D. This is a tear, not a tear. It's a tear in the space-time continuum. Honestly, I like it. I like how it's tearing our existence asunder. It's rendering what we all know and love as null and void. That's an A. And this is a tire. I don't know how that got in there. I guess I must have swapped the E and the I there. But you know, let's rank it anyway. A tire. That's a cool C. Tire's a cool C. So there we have it. This is our definitive tier list. I think that's rounded out quite nice. Beautiful. Thanks for watching. This was educational, right? Yeah, this counts as education. Life is a hollow void, and we're all empty inside, and this is what we fill it with.